welcome to Infused Confused. I'm Princess P, and we have the lovely
Asia the body.
I just love her. I asked her to hang out with us tonight.
Ow.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, you guys. Hi, audience.
So we're here at Listen Vision, 2622 Georgia Avenue. Come hang out with us every Friday. The Stoner Hour is before this, and before that is Freestyle Fridays. So come hang out every Friday from 6 to 10.
Yes.
How have you been this week?
I've been good.
We didn't see each other last week either because of the holiday.
No.
It was the week before.
I owe you like 3 twerks.
A whole lot of twerks. I told her she has endless permission to twerk on me, but she's not taking me up on that. So that means she
keeps booty in her lap.
I'm not complaining, would you? So to everybody watching on Facebook, we can see your comments live. So if you have any questions or anything during the show, just ask them on there.
Yes, please feel free.
So I'm going to do an Ask Princess P segment like I did last time. I'm going to try to do that every time. So if you have any questions for me, just send me a message on social media and tell me that you'd like me to answer on the show, and I will. So I'm going to open these up.
I think you had questions.
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. Well, yeah, I had your question. Do you want to remind everybody what it was?
I just wanted to know, could I twerk on you tonight?
And what did I say?
It's all day, every day.
All day, every day.
And showtime.
Nobody's really excited about this twerk, apparently. I am. You missed it. You're getting killed. Well, Stoner's about to get killed.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
As soon as I finish up these questions and the interview. I have an interview that I did with Jay Mills. Do you know Jay?
I do.
Yes, past the J.
So
I did an interview with her about 2 weeks ago, and I have the recording, but there's a technical glitch right now that they're trying to work out for us. But so we'll check back in on that soon. What? Dark nugs.
She got glow-in-the-dark nugs?
Glow-in-the-dark nugs, does she? I don't know. Is that a thing?
Or I was going to be like, really?
I'm not sure that that's a thing. Not anything that I've heard of. But, hey.
No. That's extreme. Wait a minute.
Where did it go? There it is. All right. So the first question was, what is your favorite munchies? Cereal, hands down.
Which kind?
I mean, okay, so I really like Captain Crunch. That one's pretty good, the berry kind.
I was about to say.
But, I mean, the plain one will work. Like, a bitch isn't picky, okay? I'll go with whichever the store has. The Honey Nut Chex is also really good. The Cinnamon Chex is pretty good. Pretty much all the Chex are good. Fruity Pebbles. I like plain Cheerios with, like, bananas and honey. That's really bomb.
Honey Nut Cheerio.
But, like, real Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's your favorite munchies?
Ice cream.
I love ice cream. But, like, not all the time. It's more of, like, a treat.
Yeah, it is. And that's oddly enough, I want ice cream, like, in the winter, not in the summer.
So, yeah, I guess probably me too. But I think it's more about, like, the comfort food.
Right.
You know what I mean? We want comfort food when it's cold outside because this cold sucks.
It's fucking cold. And I don't like it.
No, me either.
Where I'm from, people still in shorts and T-shirts and stuff.
What? Where are you from?
Mississippi.
Texas here.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
You know.
We don't have this kind of cold
right.
there. Like, we would get, like, I remember we got a dust of snow.
And the whole city.
And the whole, for, like, days. Like, we didn't go to school. And, like, it wasn't like we were all kids, went outside, like, waiting to, like, go sledding and do all this fun shit that we saw on TV. And then we get outside and there's shit on the ground, but some, like, little white dust everywhere. No school for 3 days. It was the craziest shit.
Shut down the whole city. Go get your groceries.
But our summers will break the people here, so that's, 120-degree summers.
And it don't rain for about a month straight.
And then when it does, it just torrential pours, tornadoes.
like when it do rain, it's on
like, yeah, exactly. Like tornadoes, torrential rain, the whole fucking nine. Yeah.
That's okay, I'll take that. Look, here go my homegirl say, yup, that's the sip already. Thanks, Vic. That's the sip.
All right, one of the other questions. Trying to open it. Oh, I also really like chips, like most kinds of chips. I enjoy them. Yeah. Like that's a good munchie snack for me. Grilled cheese is another good munchie snack.
Yes.
Fruit, like fresh fruit.
Weirdly.
Apples with peanut butter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the green ones, so they're like all tart with the peanut butter.
That is,
yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what we making tomorrow.
Hell yeah. So the other question was, do you think different strains go better with different foods? So I thought that was an interesting question. So this is definitely like not, I honestly like, I'm sure, like, so Jay Mills, who I did the interview with, has done strain testing events. So I wanted to give her a shout for that. Because I think it's super dope and it's definitely a thing. It's like wine pairing, you know, in the same sense of doing it that way. It's just not my thing. So like, I don't really have enough knowledge on it to speak on it, but it's definitely like a thing that people do, like strain pairing. Okay. Yeah.
So what's your top 3 strains?
My top 3 strains. Jilly Bean is number 1, hands down. And let's see. The second one is like Mrs. Buttersworth probably, which was a strain from Dank Boys, Carlos from Dank Boys. So shout out to them. Yeah, Mrs. Buttersworth has definitely been one of the most like complex good strains for me. Like it tends to treat the like more issues that I have than like a lot of other strains do. So it's a nice hybrid. It's definitely number 2. And then 3, I don't know, probably like I have very fond memories and feelings about Blue Dream, but I don't know if I would say that because I really like Tangy too. So I don't know, any of those nice like citrusy hybrid sativa leaning hybrids, that's my jam.
Tangy gives me like, I guess because I'm so hyper when I smoke Tangy, I get like the shakes.
Yeah, well, it's probably because it's a pretty good like energy strain. Yeah. So like it could definitely make somebody feel like more anxious or too energetic.
That's not mine. That's one of my ones that if I do smoke it, I have to mix it with an indica. Like
it's probably like the limonene in the strain that makes you do that. You're probably terpene sensitive. That would be my guess. But anyway. Yeah, I heard you say your top 3 strains on the other ones. And then opinions on mixing substances. So I wasn't 100% sure what, like, this question meant. If they meant, like, different kinds of cannabis substances or, like, different kinds of substances. Right. So, like, some people can drink alcohol and consume cannabis and have no problem. Other people can get really, like, violently ill from doing that. So that can be, like, individual experience. I, like, am not going to recommend, like, I'm not going to make any recommendations past like that. So, good question, but that's not a thing I'm going to be talking about here.
That's mixing enough.
Yeah. And then somebody else asked a question that I think I made this post public, but they asked a question about concentrates that I shared an article to, but I didn't actually know the good answers because I didn't start dabbing until like a year ago. Like I never dabbed before that really. Like I dabbed like once and I was high for 5 hours and couldn't talk and had to be like babysat. It was like a whole thing. So like I never did.
This is why I don't want to dab.
Right. So I never did concentrates again because I was like, fuck that. That's the devil. I don't want anything to do with it. And then like I needed the like high dose of medicine from concentrates. And so I realized like if I just picked ones that were like a little bit more like on the hybrid side and like I just was a lot more careful in like dosing like how much, because my first dab was also like the dude had been dabbing and like he like gave it to me and it was like a monster dab. Like it would be too much for me now.
You didn't know better.
I didn't know any better, and so my dumb ass just keeps breathing it in, and then I coughed for like an hour and like thought I was dying, and like it was just a whole.
I'm not prepared for that experience.
No, if you ever want to have that experience, like I will totally give you a positive one because yeah, it definitely has to do with like strain selection and like dosing, making sure that like you're not like getting too big of a hit and all that.
Yeah, I want to try it. I'm just.
I mean, if you don't want or need to, then like it's not a huge deal.
I've always wanted to dab.
Right.
But I've always either seen people have bad experiences or heard bad experiences, y'all, and I'm like, okay, like. I
mean, there's whole YouTube videos about people's first dab. I know a lot of people that have like funny first dab stories or crazy first dab stories.
Would be me.
Yeah,
I would be
especially if they're like friends with Dr. Trichome. Like anybody who knows him and knows the kind of dabs that he gives. All I'm saying is don't do the first one with him. I love him dearly, but don't do the first one with him. Yeah, he'll just be like, oh, just a little dab, and then he's dropping it in there. Anyway. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Nobody's listening.
Hi, you guys. I was high, man.
You all good? I'm just putting
I
in your
feel
spot.
Like Stone is over there just preparing. He's mentally getting himself prepared.
He's getting himself ready to get his ass beat,
Right.
I guess.
He's mentally getting himself prepared for this battle coming up.
Jason, how'd that pregame go?
I took a CBD dab from you once. You're the only person I know now. Okay, that is true. DOD is one of the ones I know that can dab like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing.
I could dab right now if I had a ring.
I mean, I left my nectar collector at home. It's a bummer.
I love the name.
The nectar collector?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely.
like
Well,
that
it was like, speaking of Dr. Trichome, it was like the little ripper that I had from him, but like I had 3 or 4 of them and they always ended up breaking because I like suck at keeping glass like from not breaking. And I got this piece, like I don't have it with me. Maybe I'll bring it next time, but it's like nice thick glass and has like a metal like nail thing, whatever the hell it's called, that goes into it. And yeah, it's really nice. I love it because I can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You talking about the little rainbow one that was on the top?
Yep.
Too.
And you can
so
just like take a smaller dab than you can in like a big rig. I don't know. I like it.
I love it.
I also like it's a lot easier to clean than like a big rig. You know what I mean? Like those are a pain in the ass, and I just don't.
Time consuming.
Right. I don't have time for all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Time consuming.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so I have a question.
What's your question?
And this question is probably going to sound really weird, but I have this question because I always wanted to know.
What's up?
What is the deal when it comes to, like, back in the day when you had weed, of course, it came with seeds in it.
Right.
But now, it's like, I've seen people that are like, seeds are cool if they're in your weed, and then it's like certain people, if they get seeds in it, they're like, oh, no, that's a bad thing. So, is it a good or a bad thing? Like,
well, it depends who you ask.
Right.
So, technically, so ideally you don't want seeds because it means one of two things usually. It means that a male wasn't pulled quick enough, right? And so they pollinated, or it means that the plant hermied, which is the most likely like scenario, that the plant just produced its own seed. And it actually happens more often than people think. Like the strain 9-pound hammer is actually genetically known for the fact that it hermies. I've grown it several times now. Like I think I've done 9 harvests of 9-pound hammer actually, and all of them had seeds. So not always a lot, and it definitely had a lot to do with like the pheno, because some phenos did it more than others, and so there was definitely like. But I've had people that got seeds from 9-pound hammer and liked growing it, and like I'll hear some people say like get really excited about a strain that has a bag seed, and like. The thing is, I don't think it's a right or wrong answer. I think it kind of depends on how much of a genetic snob you want to be, because, like, really, like, so the strain, like, Cinderella 99 came from a bag seed of Jack Hare that was purchased in Amsterdam, and, like, that's one of the most popular strains, and it started as a bag seed. Kim Dog started as a bag seed. Like, there's lots of really badass strains that started out as bag seeds. So, like, I don't think that, like, it's inherently bad, but I just think going into it, you have to know that it's likely, like, a genetic abnormality that created that seed to begin with.
okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
I always
good.
wondered.
Good. So I know the show is called Infused and Confused, but we want you to leave less confused.
Thank you.
But very infused.
Thank you.
All right. There was a question on the chat. It says, would you prefer soil or hydroponic? I grow in soil. No-till style. Yeah. So like living soil. Basically, it's like the only way that I actually know how to grow, to be honest. I know that there's like other methods, but that's the method that I've always used. It's pretty easy. Like once you get a couple of cycles through, it's pretty much just water only. So all of the other stuff that I hear growers talk about, like pHing water and all, never pHed water ever, and I've done 64 harvests. So. Yeah, never done that. I don't have to like do like a feeding schedule. I don't have to, other than like teas. And that's like if I want to. So
what was the first thing you grew?
The first strain? I have to go way back. So the first strain was probably Jilly Bean in Kirkle before TGA Genetics broke up, directly from TGA Genetics. It was Kirkle, Jilly Bean, and one more, but I don't remember what it was. It was a tester strain. It was XJ13 crossed with Pennywise.
Oh.
So, yeah.
How did it come out first time?
So I had help. So, not too bad. The first one, I think it technically, so it depends on which one, what you count, because like it started as like a plant in the closet with like a CFL bulb or whatever. And then somehow it turned into my whole bedroom. So, and
It grew.
yeah, within like a month. So like technically the one in the closet came out first, and I think there was like an ounce on it. I think it was super cute. Yeah. It might have been less than an ounce. Might have been like a half ounce. But then the ones in the tent like produced pretty well, but those were like a month later. So I don't know. Depends what you count. The ones in the tent count.
Yes.
But then the first harvest that I did totally on my own without any help at all was an auto run of, what was the first one? I know what I called her. I named her Esther, but I'm trying to remember what strain she was. I don't remember. It was like a really like inexpensive pack of autos that I got and grew. But then my first like successful harvest totally on my own was 2 different strains by Mephisto Genetics, was Northern Cheese Haze and Sour Stomper, which were both really, really good and really good yielders. So yeah, and they were really easy to grow, extremely easy once I actually like, got them going.
How hard is it to even get started?
Started growing?
Yes.
You can get started growing for less than $100. So
Seriously?
yes, you need soil. you need soil. So this is basic grow. We're not talking about, you're not trying to produce heavy yield. You're not talking about production level growing. You're talking about just you want to grow a plant at your house for yourself.
Right.
Like, and that's it. And you're not even really worried about anything else. It's just for experience. You're going to go to Home Depot. You're going to get those little swirly bulbs that are called CFL bulbs. You're going to want to Google the watt that you want to get because I don't remember. But you want to get 4 of those and a 4 light splitter, which you can also get at Home Depot. Basically, it's a cord that looks like a cord that you see here with a little splitter on the end with 4 things to screw a light bulb into. So you want that. Put that in a closet. I'd suggest starting with autos because then you don't have to deal with light leaks or anything like that. You can do it in a closet without being like too stressed out about what kind of lights that you need. So you need to get some autoflower seeds. If you're local, you can do that from DC Seed Exchange. And he almost always gives out testers with the strains that you get. So the seeds will probably be the most expensive part. Then you need to go to a grow store and get a bag of soil if that's the medium that you want to grow in. Fox Farm is perfectly fine for a beginner. And you want to get a pot, I'd suggest a smart pot, probably for an auto. And your first one, you want to do a 1 gallon. So get a 1 gallon smart pot, just one. Start out with that, with a tray to go underneath it, some soil, and then the rest of it, you can figure out how to do it on growweedeasy.com. And by the time you figured out how you want to get it done, it'll already be flowered, and you'll have a little bit of a better idea of how to start growing from there.
Hey, she just dropped knowledge quick.
So just saying, there's a lot of people that think you need these like $1,000 setups to start growing, and that's not true. Also, if you want to learn how to grow cannabis without having to deal with wasting money on cannabis seeds, start with a tomato, because if you can grow a tomato inside, you can grow weed inside. They are in the same family of plants.
Holy shit.
True story.
I'd have never knew that if you hadn't never said
The
that.
growers like to make growing seem much more difficult than it is. Not all growers, but there is a large amount of growers, especially boys, that like to make it seem like it's this very complicated thing that people can't pick up on, and that's not true. I used to kill cactus, and now I grow weed. So,
Wait,
yeah.
you used to kill cactus?
Girl, I killed off everything. English ivy, cactus, anything that was inside, it died because it meant I had to remember it. I was pretty good at like the outdoor ones that like, you could.
Rain could catch them.
Yeah, the rain would catch them. I might notice they're drooping and go give them some water.
On the way by.
I'd go harvest the tomatoes and be all happy about it and put it on Instagram and shit, So like, I was cool with that. Anything inside, absolutely not. No, my mom gave me an ivy, actually, like an English ivy, and she was like, there's no way for you to kill this unless you just do nothing. Well, it died. So, yeah.
Great. See,
Yeah.
You can learn, people.
Absolutely. Anything to do with cannabis, you can learn. Yep.
Love it. Oh, my God.
Any other questions? I see people watching on Facebook. Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi, you guys. I have people watching, too.
How's the interview coming? 7 more minutes.
Okay.
What y'all got going on over there?
Teaching this young lady how to dab.
You're teaching her how to...
You're teaching her how to dab?
Oh, okay?
I mean,
I don't even know what to say.
you're probably okay.
Maybe.
Nah, Corey knows how to dab.
Yeah, he's a pro. He's a dab pro.
All right, we're going to take a break for a minute, and I'm going to get the game set up, and then we're going to do that before we see what's going on with the interview clip. And if you guys have any more questions, just ask them on the chat. But we'll be right back.
In a minute.
That's why I'm telling you to wait because it's not on yet.
This ain't even my guns. You lucky.
I know it's not. That's what I was. Oh my goodness. Are we back on yet? I don't see us on the camera. Or is it just delayed? Oh. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Where we at? We up top. Go get me your body. Gonna catch your body.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Hey, chill out. I ain't do nothing to you. I ain't do nothing to you. Hey.
You didn't do nothing to me.
Hold up. Hold up.
Hey, y'all looking for each other?
Yeah, we're playing each other.
Yes. AP, go get it.
Hold up.
I'm telling you, cause I know how savage she is. I already know.
What up? What up?
Like I said, P, go get it.
I mean, Jason already had to learn, but you know, I gave Jason a pass because he doesn't play this.
I'm just saying, it's about to get real hectic. Oh, I'm just saying, Stoner, you moving too fast.
He always does that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Patience, bro.
He be running into them ass whoopers.
You say that. All right, bro. You say that now,
Just saying, running into them.
You say that now, bro. Guess you ain't learned, man.
Where the hell did you go?
Hide.
Boy,
what?
Nice camp attempt.
Yuck again.
Nice camp attempt. Good job.
Real quick.
Good job. Good job.
That's 2 down. That's
Do
2.
what now? Yeah, 3-0. What up?
Again. Yet again.
You should switch guns. This is a better gun. What are you using?
So you need to start over, sweetie.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I don't know why. You know, people always look at me weird whenever I tell them I really do like video games. I'm not a bad player. I don't know. Apparently, they think this is a boys' game.
Ain't no way.
You need one of them bombs at though.
I'll do what?
I need something.
Tack gear.
Hey.
Oh, you got me. Good job. Yay.
You slipped. That's because you slipped down. That's because you fell. You shot in the knee.
Nah, he
That's
got
all.
me. Every time I got him was mostly because he just didn't see me, so I got him from behind.
Down again.
Oh shit! I got all kinds of kill streaks. I didn't even notice. Hold up. Where are you at? Let me get these. Is that a chopper gunner at the top? Oh. I don't think that it has a score limit on it right now. I'm pretty sure that it's set on unlimited. What up?
Hey, can you stop running into them ass whoopings? Well, some hug her or something, because this ain't working trying to shoot her.
That's because I start with a hip fire. You start with a hip fire and then aim. If you try to aim first against somebody who's shooting you from a hip fire, then their bullets are going to hit you first.
If you trying to aim at somebody like Pete, she going to shoot you first.
Spray and pray, bitches.
There you go. All right, you could just run.
Oh, I see you.
Look at her. The way she said it. Oh, I see you.
Ain't no ducking, man.
Run.
Duck goose, nigga.
Just run.
I'm just glad you don't box, bro.
Oh, I see you. Hi. Do you want to play? Come on. Oh, are you going to try to get me from the window? That's so cute.
Ain't no way she finna get you anyway.
Oh, he got me. He blew me up. Good job. Okay, let's see. Huh?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
All right, cool. What, are you tired? Are you done? Are you giving up already?
You gotta breathe.
I was just trying to help you.
He got a breed.
Aw.
He can always say it was a glitch in the system.
Oh.
She shot her gun and scared herself.
No, I didn't. Nah, I
He just over there
didn't. Where are you
waiting,
at?
too.
Outside. Go meet you outside. Go meet you outside.
And she got you there. Did she just try to tell you? You hard hit.
Man, we all told him.
Hard hit.
Try to tell him.
The thing is, though, is that it's not just him, though, because I'm happy to play anyone in here. Just saying. Like, how many have you gotten? You've gotten 2? I think Jason and I went 10 and 2. So, oh, 10 and 3, 10 and 3, 10 and 3.
What?
Oh, okay, everything. See, my eyes starting to hurt a little bit.
I don't want that smoke. I'm just gonna be the only one people will tell you I don't want that smoke.
Hey, who wants to smoke with me on Super Smash Brothers for real?
I'm
I'll bring the Switch up.
I just enjoy watching.
I don't know how to
what
play
you
the
do to him,
Switch.
so.
Call of Duty on your phone.
Right.
Man, play me on Switch, man.
You talking about taking the L right now? Right now, I'm trying to stop. Now we break out some match. No. They got the Smash Brothers. I'm gonna hand you an L.
Where are you? Are you hiding?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Sounded like a challenge to me.
That sounds like a challenge to me too. I'll be up there in 2 weeks.
I'm just saying, sound like a challenge to me.
I'll bring the Switch up in 2 weeks.
Just saying.
You'll be the audience. I'm gonna be Oprah, so let me hang out.
Hey! Oh, sorry. I got into this one over here. In 2 weeks.
I've been waiting for this.
D said you were built
He
for
got
this.
me.
Been waiting for a whole year.
It's like 10 to 3.
I will say that I don't like that it only has like these like loaded gun classes and that we can't use our own. Like this one's okay, but I don't have my like launcher or like any of the perks that
Hey,
I
so how many
want.
times-
Y'all even bring, you know what I'm saying, my GameCube controller. If you played with it with the GameCube controller,
Oh.
Aw,
lucky.
you got me.
Hey, you got a what, 4 to 50?
Shut up, Asia.
I was asking.
What now?
It's like 4 to 50. He done shot you 4 times. You done killed him like 12.
4 to 9. 4 to 9. Hold up. I'm gonna use my little perks here.
Get it with your suicide vest, Rob. You gotta go Johnny Jihad one time.
I don't know if this is even gonna really work correctly because of where it is, but let's try it. Personal.
Hey, where your little
Are you
shield at?
hiding from me?
Where your little and he you need she didn't have to get there. That's effective.
You got a personal radar too, you know.
How you going? She's like, and I'm trying to help you as I beat you up.
I think that's a bully. That's what that is.
It's not a bully. I mean, shut up.
What they call that?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. I'm just a mean bully. 100%
On internet.
on the internet. Yeah. What am I not on the internet?
You might better call Melania Trump. She,
Huh?
Did her thing about this?
What now?
Internet bullying?
Internet bullying, huh?
Bullshit.
Stop
Oh,
running
his
into
feelings
ass
are hurt, you guys.
Stop running into her ass whooping and stop.
I know.
Start taking
I thought you
people's
weren't
advice.
intimidated by strong women, Bobby.
Take people's advice, man. Duck, goose, motherfucker.
Not everybody's advice is good advice.
Yeah, I told him to run.
I told him to duck.
So that suicide vest is good advice, though.
Hey, where your shield at? Some.
All right.
Hey, Stone, stop being scary. Your ass get anywhere.
That's what you get for camping in the same fucking
Thank you.
spot. Move around. Move around.
I'm sorry, I'm enjoying this.
Aim a grenade. Roll them.
What's that? He not sticking and moving?
Huh?
He ain't sticking.
He just keeps going back to the same spot. Are you seriously going back to the same motherfucking spot again?
To get you from that spot one way or
He
another.
got me like once from that spot.
No, that was not the way he was trying.
Open my door. Come in my house. Who in my house together? Devil not welcome.
Hey, she was
The
around.
devil.
Oh, my
Aww.
The devil is not welcome.
What you know about?
Aww.
This is a shame. She had to just come let you shoot her.
Asia, I
I'm
would
sorry.
never do that.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. We can't stroke his ego a little
Oh, time limit reached.
Well, darn.
12 to 5. Dun, dun, dun. Huh? You want to do it again? No. All right, cool. Because we got an interview to play, and then we'll be getting out of here. So,
You lost, young.
12 to 5.
so we're gonna go to the interview that I had with Jay Mills. If you pay attention, Corey.
Oh, my bad.
At the end of the video, she tells you where you can find her on social media. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Ow.
Introduce yourself.
What's up? It's your girl, Jay Mills. That was the name we as my rapping, but in the cannabis sphere, I go by the real name, which is Jamila.
Yay. I just want you to know that I absolutely adore you. I find you to be like one of the most inspiring people. Like pretty much every time your mouth opens, I just like wait to hear what you say.
Thank you.
So, let's see. How did you end up in the cannabis industry?
I started off, I was at an ASA convention, and I was just networking and making it known that I wanted to be part of this industry. And was able to get a job at a cultivation center very early in the industry, so early that I am known for being the first African American woman to be grower to manage a cultivation center on the East Coast. So that's how I got my start.
You're amazing. Yay. That like goes right into the next question. I was just going to ask you, so what has your experience been in the industry, not just as a woman, but as a woman of color?
My experience in the industry has just been one that showed me how much education matters, how this lack of education has just really caused us as a mass to be at the mercy of whatever is put in front of us. You know, no matter who it is that you're getting your flowers from, when you're uneducated about what good flowers are supposed to look like, how to know if it's from a trusted source or not, you know, what's the importance of all these different things. I mean, it can really mess with your health. So just seeing at all these different levels, from the corporate side to meeting with local growers and helping to get them to exercise their right to grow cannabis. It's just been really interesting because my company is about education, and I'm really very passionate about that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I definitely think that there's not enough education in the community at all, and there's still a lot of ignorance from the average consumer. Like, I think sometimes we get caught in our kind of like cannabis bubble, do you know what I mean? Where we like assume that other people have the same understanding that we do, but the fact is that most don't. Like, we're a very small bubble of people who like actually understand, you know what I mean? Like, the general public and population is just starting to come around to cannabis, you know? Do you have a favorite strain? I know that's kind of a cliche question.
Everybody always asks that, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm all about terpenes.
I hear you.
I guess my number one top that I wrote about on my Past the J blog is Master Kush. I always think about that flower. When it's grown right, it always makes me feel like it's the first time I ever smoked weed ever.
Oh, yay.
It's a master. It masters me. So
yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I always like stories behind my stuff. Like, if I had to go, like, I don't know. I probably have 20 favorite strains, but my like favorite strain is always because there's a story behind it. You know what I mean? So what's your preferred method of consumption? Are you a smoker? Do you like to dab? Do you look for edibles?
I'm a smoker.
Cool. I mean, I do a little bit of everything. I'm just curious because everybody's different in how they prefer to consume. So let's see. So you identify as a light worker, a healer, right?
That's how I am identified.
Yes, yes. So I also identify as a healer, but I kind of already like always knew that side of me existed, but it took a whole lot of like trauma and like healing myself and like to like really like tap into that on like a spiritual level. So what has your journey been? Like, have you always identified as a healer? Did that come out later in life?
I definitely have a similar story where healing myself is what led me to being able to help so many others. And I try to be very honest and humble about the fact that I am the sum of who I've been.
Right.
You know, I'm a collection of many perspectives and many points of view. And in this work, I really enjoy being a catalyst because I know what it is to not know and to not know that you don't know. But to think you know, and how that point of ignorance can really lead to a downward spiral when you're following the vibrations of negativity. So yeah, I'm all about that life, everything.
Introduce yourself.
What's up? It's your girl, J. Mills. That's the thing that we have in my rapping, but in the cannabis sphere, I go by the real name.